Hey guys, how's it going? Just way back again with another video on Hear Me Raw, and I know I've been gone for a little bit, haven't posted a video. I'm not sure how long, maybe like a week or two, maybe more. I don't know. But yeah, I just been kind of going through some things in my personal life, just kind of going through my mind. Been in my head a lot. I've been in my head a lot lately. Been reassessing, and currently we are in Mercury retrograde, so that's when all the crazy stuff happens too. But I want to do this video about depression because depression can affect anybody, and I don't normally listen to the radio, but since the phone I'm using is like headphone jack is broken, I have not been using my auxiliary cable in my car, so I have to listen to the radio, which means more ads, and like I'm hearing these ads about depression like all over the place. So I'm like, I guess depression must be like an epidemic, which I mean, honestly, living in America, we see a lot of depression, we see a lot of anxiety and things like that. And I'm thinking about it too, like going back in time, we start with these coping mechanisms at a very young age. But depression doesn't have to be a negative thing. When depression hits, like depression, you can look at it as it means like deep rest. You just need to rest. You need to reassess. You need to reevaluate. You need to just kind of come back to yourself. It's a time to go within. I find myself like when I tend to get depressed, or when I tend to like lose my energy and things like that, is when I'm just like focusing too much on the external, and like I'm putting myself too much. I'm spreading myself too thin. And I'm not taking the time to value myself. I'm not taking the time to value my opinions and my beliefs and my state of being and my presence, my own presence. There are times, like for most of my life, I always tried to change who I was in order to fit in. I used to always, want to say something, but then I wouldn't say it because I feel like maybe my voice was not gonna be heard, or my voice didn't matter, or my opinion didn't matter. It's still something that affects me to this day. Like I still sometimes will wait to say something. This channel is called Hear Me Raw. It's about expressing self-expression, and it's about that because that's one of my main focuses in life right now, is to express myself, is to use my voice, is to speak out, and I want to inspire other people to speak out as well. Communication is important, and better communication will improve so many things in this life. But the better communication starts with communication with the self. You can try to be a good communicator with other people, but if you aren't communicating with yourself very well, if you're not communicating with your body, with your heart, with your mind, with your soul, with your higher self, if those relationships aren't fostered, it's hard to foster the relationships that are out there, because everything works from within. So within it goes out. The world is being reflected back at us, like our minds being reflected back at us. So if we want to work on this out here, we got to work on this in here, and all this, on the chakras and all that stuff. And sometimes, depending on where we are, if you're like if you're in the Western, if you're in the States, well, I'm in the States, so I'm in Massachusetts. So a lot of things I say can be about this state. Definitely will be traveling soon, and I cannot wait to get like the experience and meet people from other places. But I've learned so much being here as well. So I wanted to just share some tips on like how do you fight depression, because hearing that commercial yesterday about depression and having them give you something for it, like taking a pill for it, something that's made in a lab. Not that everything made in a lab is bad. Things made in a lab can have purpose. But like in terms of pharmaceuticals, like right after they say this medicine or whatever, it says like this medicine can increase your chances of suicide. Like you might have, if you have suicidal thoughts, call us or whatever, or contact your doctor. It's like, so you're saying something like depression, which can lead to you having suicidal thoughts. You're saying that this medicine might actually increase that. So like, how does this make sense, and how is this medicine? It's not medicine. I, for one, support the plant medicines, cannabis, psychedelic mushrooms, things like that. These things are beautiful. They're amazing. They have impacted my life. Ayahuasca, Hape, like a lot of plant medicines that are there in nature, given to us. That these are ancient medicines that have been like outlawed and demonized. Like marijuana, cannabis. Not just about the fact that like you think about like, why would cannabis not be legal, right? Alcohol is legal, and alcohol does way more damage to the body Actually, the cannabis doesn't really do damage to the body, maybe to the lungs, but it even has something in there that kind of negates that damage. As long as you're not like a heavy user, you should be fine using cannabis. But in cannabis, you don't have to smoke it. You can also do edibles. You can also do the CBD without the THC, and there's many different strands. You know, not, now that it's no longer illegal, I can only imagine what's going to happen with cannabis. And not just that, with the plant itself, the hemp seeds and hemp oil, hemp everything, hemp, like, you know, making plastic out of hemp. You can make plastic. If you make plastic out of hemp, this is plastic that will be biodegradable. You know, plastic that's not made from the hemp is gonna every single piece of plastic that's ever been made in this world is still here, still on the planet. It doesn't degrade. Like, plastic is not a good thing. I'm still trying to use less plastic, and look, I'm in Cambridge right now, which Cambridge is doing a really good job at that. Boston's catching up too with the no plastic thing, so the word's getting out. But a couple things that you can do to fight depression, right? Move your body. Move your body. I know it, like when you're depressed, like you just want to sit around and eat and watch things or whatever, but just move your body. Do some yoga, do some push-ups, go work out with a friend, do something, go for a run. That's also nice. Move the body. Moving the body is crucial. This is real medicine. You can dance as well, you can sing, but move the body, push the body, give the body something to do. And you'll be amazed. Like, get that blood flow going, and you'll be amazed just by moving your body, by working out. And then not only that, when you're moving your body, when you're working out, when you're doing these things, you're also going to improve how you look on the outside, and which will improve how you feel on the inside, for the most part. It doesn't always. There are people that have beautiful bodies but are a mess on the inside. But you have to work on both. You can't just work on one without the other. They're both connected. They're both valid. They're both important. What else can you do for that, for depression? No, definitely isolation. You know, when we're depressed, we want to isolate ourselves. We isolate ourselves from the world. We don't want to talk to anybody and things like that. Well, you know, it's good to have at least somebody that you can trust. Find someone that you can trust. If you can't trust your parents, if you can't trust your family, find a friend you can trust. Use social media. Find someone that you can trust, that you can talk to, that you can not complain to, but just bounce your life, bounce what's happening in your life, bounce it off, like, you know, and they'll just listen, and maybe they might have some insight that can help you, or they might just listen, and that's okay. Sometimes we just want to be heard. Many of us we just don't feel heard by those around us, and we're starving for the communication. We're starving to be heard. We're starving to be seen. But part of that too has to do with, you know, hearing yourself and seeing yourself. You know, so if something's happening, if it's a no to you, then don't say yes. You know, like, we have to honor ourselves more. We have to love ourselves more. We have to express ourselves more, and we have to start surrounding ourselves with the kind of people that see us for who we are and love us anyway. You know, that, and they not just they love us anyway, they just love us. They love us. They take the good and the bad. They take the light and the dark, because, you know, we all have the good and the bad, quote unquote. But, like, you know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect at all. It's another thing too, like, something that might lead to depression is comparison. If you're comparing yourself to other people, if you're comparing your life to other people, we're all here on this journey of life. There's no race, you know. There's no standard. There's no nothing. It's just focus on you. Like I said, focus less on the outside, and maybe get off social media for a little bit. Do whatever you gotta do. Turn off the TV, and go out in nature. Of course, how could I not say go out in nature? and just calm the mind down and meditate a little bit, and just, like, go back within and check in with yourself, and just, like, and when you do that, like, whenever I'm feeling, like, really heavy, as soon as I walk into nature, I feel light, and within minutes in nature, I'm, like, running around, and I'm doing spins, and I'm hugging trees, and it's like coming home. Going into nature is always coming home. So look for a park near you.